Hey everyone, Atheist Ranger here, and I'm doing a video response to a video called The Thaw. It is a couple of years old, but the fact that, they're still doing this kind of propaganda, even at least somewhat recently, it to me is astounding, so I'm just responding to this really for shits and giggles. Hope you all enjoy. Here we go.
Christianity is being completely frozen out of America.
Yeah, good. At least to me, that's 100% a good thing.
Why can't I?
Why do I have to check my religion at the door?
Why can't I write about God in my school papers?
Oh my god. I am so sick and tired of this fucking lie. Yeah, you know what kind of prayer is illegal in schools? Mandatory prayer is outlawed. Okay, teaching the Bible as if it's fact is outlawed because it violates separation of church and state. As far as writing God in your papers, uh, mainly because it doesn't fucking belong in a religious class, let me be very, very, very clear. Unless you're taking a religious class, God has, quote unquote, God has no place in your fucking school paper.
Why do I have to tolerate people cursing my God, but I am not allowed to talk about God in my faith?
You are 100% allowed to talk about your faith. I mean, it didn't happen in my high school, but I know high schools that were around me had Bible clubs, so I don't know what the fuck you people are talking about.
Why are they taking God out of my history books?
Because God is not a historical fact. God is a made-up concept created by us to explain things that we didn't understand at the time. You know what belongs in history books? History. Like, I don't know, George Washington, wars. That's what belongs in history books, is actual history. Verifiable history. Not a mythical, all-knowing, all-powerful celestial being that you nor any other person has ever demonstrated to exist.
Why do they teach every other theory in science except creation?
Why am I?
Because creationism is not science. Creationism, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is nothing more than a glorified hypothesis. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's what it's always going to be.
Called names because I believe in marriage the way God designed it.
Because marriage was not invented by God. Marriage is a social concept that we invented. And marriage has been around a lot longer than fucking religion has.
Some even call us hateful, hypocrites,
Unloving,
closed-minded, bigots.
And judging from this video, that's exactly what you are. You want to pretty much deny rights to your fellow human beings simply because of an ancient fucking book written by primitive morons.
why can't Tim Tebow praise God after making a touchdown without causing a national uproar?
The football coach.
I don't think anyone gives a shit about what Tim Tebow does, and quite frankly, the fact that you think it was some big controversy, it wasn't. At least not that I remember.
At Ridgeland High School in Georgia was investigated by the school board.
Did he abuse a student?
Is he a terrorist? He allowed local churches to feed his football team.
Okay, to anyone who doesn't remember this story, he was not allowing church to feed his football team. That is a exaggeration of the actual story. What he was doing was he was driving his football players to the churches under the lure, I guess, of a quote-unquote free meal, and while these football players were eating their meals, the pastors would talk to them about Jesus. He was forcing Jesus on them. That is a violation. As a public school teacher, as a public coach, you cannot do that. Oh, and one more thing. You don't have to be abusing a child or being a terrorist who would be investigated by the fucking school board. If you're breaking really any kind of school regulation, you're going to be investigated by the school board. Just throwing that out there.
In public school, I'm called lesbian
Or gay.
for not kissing before wanting to save myself from marriage.
In public school, dating is an obligation.
In public school.
No, it's not. I went through my entire high school without dating anyone, and I wasn't the only one. There were plenty of people in my high school who went their entire high school life, I guess you can say, without dating. So you're not being there's no obligation to date anyone in high school. Okay, who you date or not, if you choose not to date, you choose not to date.
People are rude and disrespectful towards Christians.
Bullying is common.
Okay, to my audience, I graduated high school in 2009. So it goes without saying that I didn't graduate from high school not that long ago. And I remember Christians being the bullies, especially very specifically the Christian jocks. Okay, so I don't recall any Christians being bullied for their faith. You guys living in a fucking fantasy world if you think that's happening majority of the time.
What we see in our health classes,
Sex education
4th grade and up.
is pornography.
People make fun of me.
Okay. No. Okay, I remember sex education very well, and all they showed you was a diagram of a penis and a vagina, and from my personal experience, they also showed you a video of a woman giving birth. So, unless somehow you're going to get an erection from that, they're not showing you pornography. And quite frankly, if they did show you actual pornography, those teachers would get arrested because you're not allowed to show pornography to minors.
I don't believe in abortion.
in public school, people believe Christians are goody-goods and boring.
Dirty jokes fill the hallways between classes.
During class,
Before school, at lunch, after school,
on the bus, off the bus. Get the idea?
Oh no, not dirty jokes, not things that will make us uncomfortable.
Despite popular belief, America was founded as a Christian nation. I agree.
Okay, I'm going to refute that obvious lie with this quote. Quote, America is not at all founded on the Christian faith. Unquote. John Adams, Treaty of Tripolis. No. This country was not founded as a Christian nation. It was founded as a secular nation. In fact, we were the first secular nation in the entire fucking world. That's why eventually Europe started copying us.
Grandparents tell me that the church used to be the center of the community.
In school, prayer and pledge to the flag was welcomed and appreciated.
No one would dare not to place their hand over their heart and recite the pledge.
America
Okay, and all that stuff is still appreciated. And whether or not someone wants to stand for the flag, that's their fucking decision that you have no say in.
was once a force for good.
America was once the hope for the world.
Really? Well, two things. Why don't you tell the Native Americans how much America was the hope for the world? And secondly, we still can be if we would fucking get our asses on track and start taking better care of our fucking citizens. I mean, for fuck's sake, half this country is making less than $30,000 a year. So pretty much half this country is poor.
What happened?
In 1962, the Supreme Court ruled that prayer was unconstitutional in schools.
In 1963, the courts ruled the Bible unconstitutional.
Saying that if the Ten Commandments were read in school,
Mandatory prayer was deemed unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, and the Bible being taught as fact in a public school was unconstitutional, and quite frankly, it is. It is a violation of separation of church and state. Look it up.
a student might feel inclined to follow them.
Really?
For over 50 years, Christians have been unwilling to get involved. People who do not love our God have stolen our country.
Fuck you. This country does not belong to you. It never has. Okay, this country belongs to all of us, and we need to, and you guys need to understand that not everyone shares your fucking opinions and your bigoted, and quite frankly, some of your bigoted opinions based on this video. This country doesn't belong to you. Get the fuck over yourselves, you snowflakes.
Jesus said we are salt and light.
Salt and light melt ice.
It is time for a thaw.
President Ronald Reagan called America a shining light on a hill, a beacon of hope for the world to see.
We are going to let our little American light shine.
Through the power of Jesus Christ, we proclaim today.
We refuse to be frozen out of the public square. Our voices will be heard.
What do you mean your voices will be heard? You're the fucking you are the fucking majority. All you guys do is make fucking noise and express your voice. The hell?
Let's reverse it. Fix it.
We are going to turn it around.
This is a call to our generation. We are calling on the youth of America to join us.
At Reach America, we are creating a Christ-centered counterculture, a C4 community.
A place filled with Christian teens on a mission
To reach America and our friends for Christ.
Christ in our country matter to us.
At Reach America, we are learning to lead our generation.
We are servants,
Encouragers.
We are running to hear God's voice and adjust our lives to His will.
God is changing our lives.
we are building life-changing relationships.
I highly doubt that.
We are a family. We are a team. We are an army.
Christ is our commander.
His
I'm not an army. You're just a very, very loud vocal group who most of the time get their way, which I might add. You guys have no idea what being an actual army is fucking like. And quite frankly, if you just sit there and say that you're an army, people who are actually in the fucking army.
His will is our charge.
We are impacting our friends,
Our families, our community,
Our state, our country.
we are in a war for the hearts and souls of our generation.
Oh, will you shut the fuck up? You snowflakes have no idea what real war is. And as I just said earlier, for you to sit there and say that you're in a fucking war, that's an insult to people who are over in the Middle East right now, fighting for your right to say the stupid shit you're saying right now.
And we know it.
Failure is not an option.
We are going to
Okay, well, failure is what you're gonna get because you guys want a fucking theocracy and that's not gonna fucking happen.
win this war.
If God be for us,
Who can be against us?
the thaw has begun.
High school Christian teens.
Join us.
Join us. Join.
Yeah, I'm good. Sweet, sweet Lord. Yeah, that video was about, I think, 3 years ago. 3 fucking years ago, and they're still making that kind of propaganda shit. Anyway, I'm Atheist. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch all you lovely people later.